Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the utter failure of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It has gotten so much worse for them. This game is getting its butt kicked by Pal World. I mean, we're talking like the sales are abysmal. The scores are abysmal. According to PC Games, the day one Steam peak users were less than half of the Avengers, and we know what happened to the Avengers game, right? They canceled it. They shut it down. So let's talk about this utter failure. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Not many woohoos over at Rocksteady Games, I don't think. Maybe they should have thought about that before they hired Sweet Baby Inc. to help them write this. Maybe they should have thought about that before they actually killed the Justice League in the, I guess in the game called Kill the Justice League.
That's what I don't understand. Everybody's mad, but the game's actually called Kill the Justice League. So they basically set up expectations with the title of the game.
Well, yeah. So my understanding is that they are actually probably going to bring the Justice League back.
Well, they're going to have to.
In a future update. I don't think it's going to do any good. People have a lot of grievances with this game beyond, Batman getting, I'm sorry, spoiler, Batman getting popped in the head, the Flash getting pissed on. I guess
that's where you got me. Like, kill the Justice League. Okay. But when they have to take it to that level, like, where it's, assassination, like, and all that, and then the peeing on the corpses, that's where you're going way too far. And some of the dialogue and stuff, that's where you're crossing lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think it was kind of they were going for edgy. They were trying to pull a Deadpool or something, but just the dialogue in general. And there was controversy around this game before it even came out. And a lot of people not happy that it's a live service game. They wanted a single player experience. And that was before, Batman got popped the way he did. And it's
I mean, they did execution stuff. It's like they didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? And then the peeing on that just, no.
Yeah. So let's humiliate the Justice League. But yeah, the word is the Justice League is actually coming back in update. I don't think anybody's going to be playing it then. I don't think they care. Not going by these numbers. So I guess first I'm going to go out to Twitter here. Here are the top sellers on Steam. This was a tweet by Take Him. Pal World is outselling Suicide Squad, a AAA title that took over a decade to make with hundreds of developers. The gaming industry is doomed.
But take it, he doesn't like Pal World? Or
I don't think he likes Pal World, no. But this is the conversation that keeps coming up. Like, these companies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these AAA titles, and they're getting their asses kicked by indie titles, by titles that only maybe a handful of people worked on, and gamers are going for those. I mean, you look at what they're playing on YouTube and Twitch, and it's usually indie titles.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: those indie titles, okay, so it's like one voice, like just a handful of voices. It's very, it knows what it is. It's fun. It doesn't have the whole design by committee element.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the whole we have to hire the right kind of people to have the right kind of localization and all that shit in it. You know what I mean? And those other companies are so worried about offending everyone that they hire people that make the game shit.
Well, that's pretty much it. You get too many cooks in the kitchen. And it used to be back in the day that even, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit games had relatively small staffs, right? Some of the biggest RPGs of all time, like I'm thinking back to Ultima, and it was like Richard Garriott and a couple of people helping him do it. Minecraft was just a couple of guys, you know?
Because it resonates with people. It's something they want, as gamers, they made something they wanted to play. And I think that is more appealing to people. Plus, the price points are usually more appealing. Plus, they're not so overly policed, for lack of a better word, from the creators. I like this comment. Turns out you don't need hundreds of developers working in a AAA studio to turn on a light bulb.
Well, okay, so this actually, and I've been talking about this on the gaming channel. By the way, we have another channel. It's Clownfish Gaming, and I do gaming news over there. We do gameplay videos over there, so check that out. But what I've been talking about over there is this is why I think all these studios are laying people off. I think they're like, yeah, we could spend 10 years and hundreds of millions of dollars on a game and have a whole bunch of people work on this game only to have this game fail. Maybe we're better off making smaller games and see how it goes. Minecraft's like the biggest game, or was the biggest game on the planet, and it was just a skeleton crew for the longest time until Microsoft got their hands on it.
And well, here, Nerd Wonder, another thing is the microtransactions.
Yes.
And a couple of people here. Power World is more affordable and has no microtransactions.
Yet.
Or bad story, yes. Or
Yet.
bad story that butchers a pre-existing saga. Gamers don't care about graphics, they care about good games.
Yes.
Let me alert you that Lethal Company outsold COD. They're talking about people maybe want a $30 game with no microtransactions rather than a $70 game that tries to nickel and dime people for every outfit.
Yeah, Lethal Company is another huge hit. Among Us is a huge hit. Like all these games, all the games the kids are playing, most of them are indie titles. Five Nights at Freddy's. Scott Cawthon did the first several games himself, and it became this huge thing. And again, I think it's that difference where you have like one unified creative vision versus, hundreds of people giving their hot takes on what should or should not be in this game.
And you have, it takes years of development too. And then they have like, during that time, this person's offended, so you have to change this, and that person's offended, so you have to change that. And let's bring in the sensitivity readers to make sure that there's nothing possible that could offend everyone except everything that bad it offends gamers, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see things change. I mean, you look at the top sellers and we have, there are, typical things you'd expect. Baldur's Gate obviously was big and Tekken, but like you look at a lot.
I used to play Tekken.
You did, yeah. They have a new one out. You want to play that?
I haven't played Tekken in forever. I would suck so bad at it.
Well, you have to get good, so we have to get it so you can get good.
Actually, Squid King just want me to play Overwatch, but I haven't done that either.
That's Overwatch is like a whole nother thing. I can't really I'm not good at first person shooters. I'm really not. Fighting games I'm very good at. But
I probably would be at either one, but if I practice, but I just don't have time.
Well, you're going to make time and you're going to get good.
You gotta play games, damn it. That's what I tell my kids.
Play games, damn it.
It's funny. It's like most parents like, stop playing games and get to work and do other stuff. And I'm like, oh, why aren't you playing more games? It's like, you want to be pro gamer? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm one of those moms. Anyway,
yeah, he's actually very good. He's very good he's freakishly good at Overwatch. He is very, very good at Overwatch. Did they want him, was it Rainbow Six? They were trying to recruit him for an esports
Yeah, they thought
team.
It was you because he was not 18 and using your account.
No, I suck at it.
They sent you an invite to try out for their team because,
They did.
True.
But he was too young. He was like 13 or 14 or something. He couldn't do it.
I'm mad at you for telling that story. Anyway, he doesn't like to tell that story. Go ahead.
Well, he's good. He's very good. But yeah, it's down to number 11 already in week 2. Power World still
number one
because it's actually a game. I mean, it's just like it's
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, Persona 3, that makes sense. Everything's changing. Like Halo is not even that big of a deal anymore because they've destroyed these. A lot of times what happens is they have a good thing and then they choke the life out of it because you get too many cooks in the kitchen and then it gets big and bloated and
And I think they change things for like to please this person or that person or bring in sensitivity readers and then you end up with the situation we're in.
Yeah, well that's where you get companies like Sweet Baby Inc. They're basically sensitivity readers that are rewriting your scripts or writing dialogue, whatever. And this is not something people want to.
I hear that. I think it's like a tattoo parlor for children.
It does.
Like,
God. I remember there was a place, I think it was called like, I forget what it was. It was like Devil Baby or something. It was some ice cream place. It was like a satanic ice cream parlor. And they did, you Google it. I don't remember.
Someone will tell you in the comments.
They had a satanic ice cream parlor. And then they had this other weird commercial with, God, I can't remember.
Not the ice cream person was eating ice cream.
The ice cream person's eating
I know who you're
their
talking
own
about.
head. Yeah. And they're like, oh, the Sweet Baby ice cream, so good. And they're like scooping their own brains out and they're made of ice cream. They're eating
that's anyway, can we get back to the point?
Yeah, we're getting back to the point. The game is failing. So this comes from PC games. Suicide Squad's day one Steam peak less than half of Marvel's Avengers. This person, Will Nelson, did the research, so good on Will. Both Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and Marvel's Avengers had 72-hour early access periods, but I'll just be looking at the first day stats for the full launch. Avengers only required one-time online access for the single-player portion, okay? So he compared them, and he basically said that, it's Suicide Squad launched to have early access on Friday to a peak of 12,000 players. Now, it's weird because
that's not a lot.
That's not a lot compared to Power World. Power World had set records for the highest number of concurrent players ever. That's less than half of the Avengers day one peak according to Steam database. Both games also had server issues, so they're going to try to blame on, there's server issues.
Power World.
So did Power World. Power World actually crashed the Epic servers, I think. I know that they had all kinds of problems. So yeah, I mean, just looking at this, I'm like, we know how Avengers ended. And it's going to end It's going to end very badly for this game, and I think this might make Warner reconsider these AAA titles, and they're all going to go, head first into live service. They flat out said, they said everything we do going forward is going to be live service, guys. All going to be live service games, blah 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 blah, and people are rejecting it. They are, so it's not going to go well for them. Paul Tassi on Forbes said this is not good. You look at the ratings on Metacritic, and it's like one of the lowest rated superhero games.
Yeah, that's not good.
So yeah, the original Arkham trilogy, which was Batman, 92, 94, and 87 for Asylum, City, and Night, respectively, which are good. I mean, the first two especially were well-regarded games. That's why people are so pissed about what they did to Batman. Then you get down to Gotham Knights 67, Outriders 73, Anthem 59, Marvel's Avengers 67, and 62 for Kill the Justice League. It's that's not good. They said it's dismal. He says dismal. There's no way around it. This game is a failure at launch. It's getting its ass kicked by Palworld. I mean, Palworld's kicking everybody's ass, but like so many other games are kicking its ass. And it's going to come and go, and people are just going to forget about it. It's going to be in the discount bin. I guarantee you within probably a month or two. Unless they fix it. I mean, they could come in, they could like totally turn it around, but I think the damage is done. I think the word of mouth is going to destroy it too. And the people are going to be like, don't buy it. Don't buy this game. So anyway,
you're doing your part now.
Yeah, right. So you killed the Justice League and you killed the franchise. Congratulations.
I mean, even the premise behind why they killed Justice League, okay, that's even actually kind of intriguing. But then, like you said, when they take it too far, like the peeing on them, that's when I'm like, well, okay, that's just dumb. Like that's just like there's no reason for that.
Yeah, it's like
anyway, people don't want to kill him.
Did you teabag the Green Lantern too while you're at it?
I know. It's just I don't know. I wasn't gonna play this anyway, so don't go by me.
Yeah, it's dead on arrival. So anyway, are we gonna wrap this up?
Yes.
I think we're gonna wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.